Hello there, Ms. Shibley here with our unit assessment part 1 for skills. Our I can, or what I will learn today, are I can read and identify dictated words from a list of words with similar spellings. I can read the harvest with purpose and understanding. And I can answer written short answer questions about key details in the text. You need page 24.1. Down at the bottom, it says 105. You're going to write your name and the date at the top, and the date is June 2nd, 2020. I'll give you a second to get all of that on your paper. For each word that I say, there are 4 word choices in each row. And you can see that in number 1, there are 4 different words. There are 4 different words in each one of the boxes or each one of the rows. Only one of the words in each row is the word I say. Circle the word in each row that I say, and make sure that you're doing this on your own. Are you ready? I will repeat the word twice. Number 1, the word bounce. Which one of these words says bounce? Number 2, this one right here. Which one of these words says mice? Again, that word is mice. Number 3, which one of these words is link? Again, that word is link. Number 4, whip. Which one of these words show whip? Number 5, tense. Which of these words show the word tense? Number 6, percent. Which one of these words show percent? Number 7, and if you need to, you can pause the video. Number 7, not. Again, that word is not. Number 8, our word is wake. Which word shows us wake? Number 9, which word shows knife? Again, our word is knife for number 9. Number 10, our last one, our word is sink. And our word again is sink. Okay, great job. Don't forget to send your teacher a picture of this assessment page. And now it is time for our reading. Okay, the story we will read today is called The Harvest. And it introduces the harvest time of a farm. And harvest occurs during the fall season. And it is when a farmer collects things that have grown all summer long. So before we get started, we're going to preview our spellings. We have the ng sound made with the N, so hang, chunk, think, and thanks. Then we have the w sound made with WH, when, and what. We have other two-syllable words, harvest, combine, relic, and the word muffins. Our core vocabulary for today are spoil, which means to go bad or lose freshness. An example of that is my mom told me not to leave the milk out or it will spoil. Combine, which is a machine used to cut crops. An example of that is the farmer rode a combine to cut down the corn. Relic is an object from the past. An example of that is we saw an interesting relic at the museum. Our last vocabulary word for today is shard, a sharp piece of something. An example of that is when the glass broke, my teacher carefully swept every shard so nobody would get cut. Now it is time for our story. But before we do, I want to explain something about that one of our words. Our word combine, so we have combine and combine. So you can say it in two different ways, two different pronunciations, and it means more than one thing. So combining means that you're putting two or more things together, and combine is the machine that is shown in this picture, used to cut down corn. Okay, ready? Let's begin. The harvest. Mr. Spencer must harvest his corn when it is ripe. He can't let it spoil. It's a big job. Sometimes he has to hire helpers to help him bring in the harvest. Grace likes two of the helpers her dad hires. Their names are Hank and Cedric. When they finish 12th grade, they plan to be farmers like Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer gets out his big combine and fills the tank with gas. Then he starts it up. It sends up a puff of black smoke. The combine is loud, but it is good at cutting down corn. Mr. Spencer drives the combine in the morning. After lunch, he lets Hank and Cedric drive. They drive the combine back and forth until all of the corn is cut down. Grace rides with them part of the time. Okay, we turn the page. Now we're on page 78. When they are finished with the harvest, Hank spots what looks like a rock sticking up out of the ground. He bends down and grabs it. What is it? Cedric asks. I think it's a chunk of pot, says Hank. He dusts it off with his fingers and says, it could be a relic from a long time back in the past. Back at the house, Hank hands the pot shard to Grace. Here, he says, this is for you. We can't tell, but we think it could be a relic. Thanks, says Grace with a smile. Then she runs to get Hank and Cedric some corn muffins. They sit on the steps and munch on the muffins. And that's the end of our story today, and we do not have any discussion questions, but we do have questions to answer on our activity page. And we're on activity page 107. It says 24.2 at the top. Oh, initially I put the date wrong. Sorry, it should say June 2nd, 2020. Just like our first paper did. And it should also say the name of the story at the top, The Harvest. Number 1. Who helps Mr. Spencer bring in the harvest? So who was it? Who helped him bring in the harvest? Okay, so we rephrased the question and we have 2 blanks this time because there are 2 people that help him. So blank and blank help Mr. Spencer bring in the harvest. And if you don't remember who they were, you can rewind the video and go back to page 76. Don't forget to pause the video if you need more time to copy the answer. Number 2, what do combines do? Combines are used to cut down blank. What are combines used to cut down? You can go back and reread on page 76, or you can look at the picture to see what the combine is cutting. Both of those are skills that great readers do to answer questions. Turn the page. Number 3, what did Hank spot on the ground? Hank spotted blank on the ground. And Hank spotted a relic on the ground. If you don't remember how to spell relic, you could go back and look at page 78. Or you could say that he found a shard of a pot on the ground. Either of those answers work well. And number 4, where do you think the relic is from? Draw a picture to help you describe the tale of the relic. So I rewrote the sentence for you and I started it, but I can't answer this one for you. I think the relic is from blank, and you're going to fill in the rest of it. Don't forget to draw your picture and send your teacher a picture of all of your work that you've done today. Great job!